Hello everyone, and welcome to the I Will Never Watch Evangelion podcast, the podcast where I talk about how I refuse to watch critically acclaimed Japanese animation Neon Genesis Evangelion. And today I am joined by my very good friend and pal, Princess Aquos, aka Tiffany. Hello Tiff, welcome to the show.
Hi, it's great to be here. You're like my best friend, so I'm pretty interested in seeing how this podcast ends up shaping up.
I'm also interested in seeing how this podcast shapes up as well, as this was just an idea I had, and then I planned it all out today, and then we're recording it today, same day, so it'll be interesting. As you all know in the audience, or if you don't know, I am RTRT2D. That is my internet tag, what I go by. You can call me RT or Noel, but, just don't. And yeah, so anyways, let's talk about anime. So what was your first, what's your experience with the Japanese animation medium?
My experience, so I first was exposed to anime like a lot of people. I was a little kid, and Pokemon was technically an anime, and Dragon Ball Z, and all that sort of stuff. But I didn't really actually start watching anime, I would say, until sometime in middle school. I was on YouTube and there was a video of Shimoyoho's I'm by winning, the Charlie Sheen song, and there was that video set to a music video of Haruhi, the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, and from there I found out what that anime was and watched the entire first season, on YouTube, because YouTube was a cesspool of a lot of illegal uploads at the time, and yeah, from there, a friend recommended I watch Madoka Magica, which to this day is my favorite anime of all time. I've watched it 5 times, and I love it immensely. And then he recommended Code Geass to me, which I've watched all the way through and is honestly just an amazing anime. And from there it was mostly watching cute girls doing cute things, because I'm a huge sucker for cute girls anime. It's just really cute, and it just warms my goddamn heart, and sometimes I just need that.
I see. I think we all need that from time to time. Let's be honest here. Now, normally I wouldn't go over this, but as this is the pilot episode, I feel like I need to give my own perspective on this answer as well. I will not be going over it every single time. It's just, if I did, it would get very stale and boring, much like a Naruto filler episode. So, I will be, this is a one-time dealio where I talk about my history with anime. So technically speaking, I first started watching anime as a kid. I don't really consider that when I first started, because back then I just thought it was cartoons. I didn't realize the nuances of what made an anime and a cartoon a cartoon. But the technical first anime I ever watched was Bobo and Naruto on Toonami. And I very much liked it, and Bobo, the humor of it really shaped my childhood and my sense of humor. Yeah. But the first instance where I actively watched something under the impression that it was an anime was about when I was a junior in high school. And that first anime was Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. It's kind of funny, the story behind why I first watched it, because I didn't watch it because the plot seemed interesting or anything. It's because I was stupid and misguided, and I thought that they made a PC Master Race joke in the anime. Because back then I was a little shithead who frequented r/PC Master Race and didn't see any problems with it because I was 15. I forget how old I was. I was just a fucking kid.
Yeah.
But I remember someone edited a scene that was normally very emotional to instead be about why using a computer is superior than using a console. And I found that to be the funniest thing ever. And I thought it actually happened in the show. So I remember I asked the original poster. I remember responding, being like, "Oh, P, what show is this from? I really like this." And they linked me to an illegal streaming site where you can watch the entire show for free, which I'm not going to name now because it's illegal. But I'm just getting it out there that 11th grade me, that's what they did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I remember I watched it and I fell in love immediately. Just like the art style and the storytelling, the music, everything about it just like really struck a chord with me. And then from there, I went on to watch Kill la Kill afterwards, because I forget how I remember, I think I saw like a meme video where someone was joking about like a Kill la Kill box set and how if you bought it you were a giant weeaboo. Something about like the dub being available for the first time exclusively through Blu-ray or something. And I don't remember, but I saw like a funny haha video on Tumblr, and that got me to watch Kill la Kill, which awoken something in me known as gender dysphoria.
Yes.
So
yes. I know that all too well. A journey we've both gone down together.
Yeah, not together.
Not together, right. Yeah. Apart but together.
Apart but together. But yeah, since then I frequently watch anime. It's one of like the main things I watch. Not intentionally, it's just I've always had a love and passion for animated things. I think as a kid, I was really into stop motion stuff, and I would do stop motion videos with my Legos, so I have much an appreciation for the art and craft of animating something, because I know firsthand just how difficult it is to turn a 2D thing into a moving picture.
Boy, can I relate to that.
Yeah. And not to sound like a normie, but JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is also one of my favorite animes. Not as good as Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, but it's a fun romp. And that's kind of where I'm at anime-wise.
That's great.
Speaking of anime, you know what else is in anime that we need to talk about?
What is?
Critically acclaimed Japanese animated series Neon Genesis Evangelion.
How could you forget?
What is your Tiffany? What is your experience with Neon Genesis Evangelion?
So I've seen a lot of art online of Neon Genesis Evangelion, and believe it or not, I have not watched any of Evangelion itself, but I have watched End of Eva the movie. Which
why? Why would you watch the movie titled End of Evangelion before watching Evangelion itself?
Okay, I can explain.
Can you? You really?
I can explain. So, I have friends who have watched all of Evangelion, and we run sort of we sort of like are good friends through like a little like streaming, just like a little stream that we run, just kind of, and watch stuff together. And at one point they were like, let's watch End of Eva, and I was like, I'm sorry, I have never watched Evangelion, so am I gonna like be one of the people missing out on this? Am I not gonna get what's going on? And they were like, you will have absolutely no idea what's happening. Don't worry about spoilers. And sure enough, I watched the entire movie and had absolutely no clue what happened throughout any of it. And it was just like the biggest blur of nonsense in my brain that I ever experienced.
That sounds about right. So what you're saying is you have not watched the actual series itself, only the follow-up movie.
Yeah.
Well, folks, we're about to change that. So stay tuned as Tiffany and I both embark on a journey to watch the first episode of Neon Genesis Evangelion, critically acclaimed Japanese animated series. And before you ask, yes, I know, the title of this is I Will Never Watch Evangelion. But why am I watching it? Doesn't that defeat the purpose? This is literally the first episode. To that I say, I can do what I want. I will never watch more than an episode at a time because I'm not a fan of it. And we will get into why later.
I'm very
so for now,
I'm very interested to hear why.
So for all you at home, it'll seem like no time has passed. But for us, approximately, let's say 22 to 30 minutes will pass as we watch the first episode of Neon Genesis Evangelion, critically acclaimed Japanese animated series.
Let's do it.
So off the record, I gotta just be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cut this out, probably.
Uh-huh.
My opinion may be wrong.
Yeah, I was wondering because you were going to be watching an episode, and I was like, I feel like your opinion is totally based on nothing, but...
Well, because I've tried watching it like 3 times before, and I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
So what do you think of critically acclaimed Japanese animated series, Neon Genesis Evangelion? Also, welcome back, everyone.
Hi. So I thought it was interesting. There were a couple of parts of the first episode that dragged a bit, and I was just like, yeah, technical things about how it works. I'm just like, whatever. I don't care. But there were plenty of moments there where I was actually genuinely invested in what was going on, and I don't know. I think there's a lot going on. I was particularly swooning over the cute girls, but I mean, there was absolutely there was more there than I was necessarily expecting, and I don't know. The first episode ended on a cliffhanger, and I kind of want to watch another one. I gotta be honest.
I was just about to ask, do you see yourself watching any more of critically acclaimed Japanese animated series Neon Genesis Evangelion?
I had been intending to watch Ava at some point, and I think I'm kind of interested, honestly. My track record has always been collecting anime and then failing to actually watch them.
Yes.
I will like build up a watch later list and then maybe watch like one anime a year. But Evangelion, I really do think I had thought this for a while ago, and I'm even more thinking this now. I think I will actually watch. I think I will actually watch more of it.
Now, would you recommend, based on what you've seen, would you recommend this to a friend?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure.
Specifically a friend who likes giant robots.
Yeah, I think I would recommend this to a friend that likes giant robots. Because I have a friend who loves anime, but does not like giant robot anime. And I would not recommend this to him. But yeah, I would recommend this to a friend who is interested in giant robot anime.
I see. Now here's why you're wrong. So,
all right.
This is all my opinion. You know, if you're a Neon Genesis Evangelion critically acclaimed Japanese animation stan, if you are a stan of that show, you know, I mean no harm. I'm simply stating the facts. And those facts are, it's just, the pacing is just way too off. The plot doesn't really go anywhere. It's just kind of all over the place. And is not a very, like, it lures you in with, like, the idea that it's gonna be such a great show. But then, like, 18 episodes later, it's like nothing really happens. And you're just like, and I want to watch robots fights. And they fight, like, 3 times.
Damn,
it's
really,
just like I've tried to give this a shot so many times, but every time it's just boring. It's not fun. They somehow took an amazing premise and made it boring.
You know, I kind of get the vibe. You know, I've experienced that with a show before. You know, there's a lot of effort put into it, and it feels like they It feels like they have an excellent premise and an excellent idea to go on, and then it just kind of doesn't it doesn't pan out. They just don't execute it well. But I don't know if that's going to be. I think I'm going to watch Ava for myself, and I'm going to form my own opinion.
Well, what if I told you this whole premise of this being a podcast was all a ruse just to get you to watch Neon Genesis Evangelion, critically acclaimed Japanese animation?
Then I would say it worked. And you know what?
That's not the case. It's just, wouldn't it be funny if it was? Like, I went through all this effort just to get you specifically to watch Ava.
That would be hysterical if you were like, I need Tiff to watch some anime other than cute girls doing cute things, and the 2 other anime that I watched that isn't that. And you were like, what if I just made a show that was, like, about why people should not watch Neon Genesis Evangelion just to get her to watch it? I think that honestly...
That's the joke of the show. The show is that... The title is that it's all about why you shouldn't watch it, but really it's just introducing people to the show.
Yeah,
and getting people
actually.
to watch it.
is quite...
Like, they come under the guise of it being about criticism, when really it's just about introducing a medium to people that wouldn't normally engage in it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I will watch more Evangelion. I can't say that I'll do it tomorrow. I can't say that I'll do it the day after, but it's gonna happen. I'm intrigued.
All right. So that was our Ava segment, and now we're gonna move on to the next segment. And I know what you're thinking. Segways. All right. So speaking of segues, up next we're going to both be watching an episode of a different anime and then discuss it. This time it's going to actually be a good anime as opposed to critically acclaimed Japanese animation Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Wow, firing shots, huh?
Just like they did in the anime. Putting on sunglasses. But yeah, if you'd like to watch along, I'm gonna edit it down so there's not just gonna be like another 30-minute break. But if you would like to watch the same episode we are watching, here's gonna be an after the fact edited in part where I say the name of the show and the name of the episode and the episode number all together. Are you ready? Here we go. Season 2, episode 34 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Darby the Gambler, part 1. Alright, we're gonna do this now. You ready, Tiff?
Alright, I'm ready.
Alright, let's do this.
Alright.
So that was Season 2, episode 34 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Darby the Gambler, part 1. So tell me, Tiff, what are your thoughts exiting that episode?
Honestly, it was a really incredible battle of wits. I think that was like the most interesting thing that I've watched, where like it seems like nothing is happening, but it's actually like really, I don't know, there was a lot to it. There was a lot going on, and the stakes were really high, even though they were just playing like piddly little games.
Now, what did you expect going into this?
I honestly didn't know what to expect going in. I was kind of like, I don't know. I was expecting, punchy boys. It's a show about punchy boys.
That's where Darby gets you. 'Cause it's the one time you can't just punch your way to victory in JoJo. You have to like play by his rules.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, this won't be the last time JoJo's breaks its own conventions to bring you a fight that's unique and interesting.
Interesting. I will say there was a barrier for me. I needed to like get past my own barrier to watch this. There wasn't much to really grab my interest, just because I typically the thing that really like anchors me and keeps me watching until the interesting stuff happens is like cute girls. That's usually what grabs my interest until the actual like stuff starts happening. And with this, I didn't really get that, so I was kind of like, just waiting for something to happen in the show. But like, I think it was a good experience. I appreciated that it had all the recap because it let me just kind of jump in, and just give an episode a try. Though I can imagine it would be annoying for somebody who has watched 34 episodes of of season 2.
Yeah, it's not that bad though. Like they pace it pretty well. There's a reason why Stardust Crusaders is up there with the good JoJo parts. Is it the best JoJo part? No, because you can't top Steel Ball Race.
I have no context for any of this.
All you need to know is that it's a horseback race across the country, and the main antagonist is the President of the United States.
Okay, that sounds pretty great.
Also, someone, I think it's Poco Loco, his stand ability is just to encourage him. Not in any supernatural way. Just the equal...
Just like a cheerleader?
The equivalent of... literally the equivalent of a stranger encouraging you. Verbally. And he's my favorite character, and I love him so much.
That's such a wacky idea.
Dare I say, it's a bizarre idea.
If I had to say one thing about this episode, it's that it certainly was a bizarre adventure.
And roll credits.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, but so I showed you that episode specifically because I knew it was a good entry point, and because it recaps everything at the beginning, so you know what's happening. All you need to know going into it is what kind of is the bare minimum of what a stand is, which is, if you don't know at home, it's essentially just a spiritual representation of your fighting spirit, a physical manifestation of it, if you will, that can only be seen by other stand users. It's basically a magical power that some people have. And that specific power is different depending on the individual and their wants and needs.
Given that...
So Darby was a gambler through and through to his heart, and his stand ability helped him with gambling. Because it made his gambling way more intense.
Yeah, it gave him a additional, gambling chip. A bargaining chip. I think that is really interesting. I mean, I've learned through osmosis. I've learned what a stand is through all of you guys, you and my other friends talking about JoJo a lot. So I was able to pick up on that and what a stand was and all of that, thankfully. And, I can imagine that for somebody who doesn't already know that, hasn't already absorbed that information, maybe would be a little confused. But, I think it, I don't know, it felt kind of natural, I think.
So anyways, that's going to do it for us for the first inaugural pilot episode of I Will Not Watch Evangelion, the podcast. I have been RT. My guest today has been Tiffany. You can find me at ARTIERT2D on Twitter and also on Twitch. Where can we find you, Tiff?
You can find me on YouTube and on Twitter and Twitch. On all of them, I'm Princess Aquos. It's a capital P, a capital A, Aquos, AQUOS. I stream very irregularly. and I'm hoping to make games at some point. So I hope you'll follow my lesbian ass as I continue on through life.
So that's going to do it for us. Thank you all for watching, and as they say in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, to be continued.
I'll be the roundabout. Yeah.